They fall on their back and they look up, and it's like watching a turtle trying to get up. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna get up. It's gonna take too damn long to do it because they don't face accountability. What a man's supposed to do, what a person's supposed to do, is fall forward. Because if they fall forward, guess what? I got these arms and legs to get myself up off the ground.
Amen.
And if I keep falling forward and keep falling forward, then I'm failing successfully in a forward direction.
Picking up what you're putting down, brother.
Les Brown, baby. That's Les Brown.
I like that.
From blankets littered with leaves to lavish living and dreams. Benefits of the hustle come hand in hand with fatigue. Missionary immortal, a maniac with a scheme. That's me, Google God, and I'm popping up on your screen. Back then I never used to go and act like this. I do now, so pipe down, let me rap my I'm black tie slick, I baptize spit. You got a friend who writes rap line sick. I don't see parallel with none of y'all. Won't align with anyone's team. I circle tight as the pockets on American King teams.
The idea there is that you capture the entire market, right?
Yeah.
You're cutting out the middleman, right? You're doing the distribution yourself. Now, obviously, also with that, though, comes the responsibility of going back every 2 weeks, spending the money on gas, spending the time, the effort, the resource to make sure the product is merchandised and to kind of take care of it. And I think a lot of that is necessary very much in the beginning because you got to stand behind the brand. Having the homies kind of going in and standing behind it and capturing the larger margin in the early going really makes the most sense. As time goes on and as the brand develops, then it gives these guys a little less of having to go and put it in one store at a time, and they can then become more manager of managers, you know, not doing the grunt work, right? Everybody needs to graduate. But this right here, this is super exciting because Core-Mark is a monster distribution company. They distribute to probably 25 to 30% of all of the convenience stores in the United States of America. And that is fucking powerful. And this guy that we're going to see is a huge fan of not only what we are doing as an entity and the product, but him and I are just becoming good friends. We are enjoying each other's company, and ultimately, look, at the end of the day, you want to do business with people that you enjoy being around, right? Especially if you've got to spend a lot of time with them. And this guy here has been a big, big proponent. He's really been pushing the envelope for us. So this is the third time I'm coming to his offices. The first time I came to his office was back in January. Then I flew out again in late February, early March, met with the whole sales team, and they've been rolling it out here in Utah since. It's now in about 150 locations, and they've helped us develop the freezer program, which that right there I think is the key to our success around the United States in doing battle with the big ice cream giants, the Unilevers and the Nestles, the ones that are trying to put a stop to any innovation because they are the market stalwarts.
Crystal, self-expression music, Padrino Entertainment. Real music. Yeah. It's that real music. I march with the peasants.
First door on your left is Meryl's office. Okay?
Yep, I remember. Thank you. Yeah. There he is.
Hey, guy.
What's up, brother?
What's
It's
up?
Josh.
How's it going, man?
Video. Yeah.
Video.
Nice to
We're
meet you.
trying to start to film and use like social media more than we have.
Okay.
And looking at the idea that the more that we can kind of just tell people the story as we go, we find we get more fans, more people build, they get to follow the enthusiasm, follow that, like the little come up of this little company, you know, and its journey to find its way into every freezer on planet Earth. Look, I've had 3 meetings with him. I know he's a big fan, and he's been a big fan since Jump, right? His message to me last time was like, look, get us some other places, let me know how it goes. Because we're not a first mover. You know, we're not a first one. We're not trying to step out and do the testing. We're the ones that but once we see you getting some trackers, we're on it. So I feel like, you know, we're a year away, right? Not a year, but a spring, a season.
Yeah, no one there, they'll probably wait for spring.
Yeah, so that would be.
And they know that we got it, right?
Oh, they do. Yeah, you know. So that's the, you know. But I've been seeing the freezers, man.
Really?
Oh, dude. I walked into one store. I stopped. I thought I remembered on that list you sent me the one time that the rally stops out. So I was like, let me just stop. And dude, I mean, look, my eyes are trained to look for ices, right? So as I pulled into the parking lot, I saw the freezer. I was like, wow, there it is. There it is. And, you know, going in and seeing it, you know, we talked to the guy behind the counter, and he was super pumped about it, which was cool. You know, they had, they were like less than full. So I was like, yo, I hope you're restocking. So we restocked it together, which was cool. You know, I gave a little bit of 1-2 on the product. In a lot of respects, it's you know, a little bit of a wash. You know, when I look at it from a manufacturing perspective, I say, okay, you know what? I'm not losing that much here, right? I'm losing, but overall, I'm always a long-term thinker. So I'm super okay with giving more on the front and earning my opportunity, right? I'm all about that because I believe in what we're doing.
Hey, and how fun is this, right? You've been open, what, 2.5 years?
2014 is technically like the launch of the Squeeze Pop, you know, so June 2014. So June to 2015 to 2016 to 2017. This would be our...
And you're across the nation. You know how unusual,
essentially,
right?
25 states, there's presence, 25 states.
So that's really unique
Yeah.
for a new company to do that.
The guy in California told us, oh, you got more states than Trump. I was like, I like that. I like how you put
That
that.
might not be hard, but yeah. No, that's
right,
awesome.
exactly. Yeah, indeed.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
The more he's in there, the easier it is to get more states than him. But yeah, no, indeed. I thought that was like a good way of, good barometer, right? You know? But you hungry?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on.
Right. I got some back pay to pay. I got some things to take care of. What's it going to take to get myself back on track? Got my license taken care of. I had a few warrants that I needed to get taken care of.
Yeah.
Done. I am 100% legit. I'm focused. I'm not doing anything.
That's a beautiful thing, dude.
Now I'm just waiting for these monies to catch up because I was staying with the girlfriend of mine, but because I lost my vehicle. I was in Arizona cleaning myself up.
Okay.
When my car got towed away and put into the impound yard.
Oh, man.
I was trying to clean up.
Yeah.
To me, at that point, I was like, who cares?
Right.
I'm finding sobriety and I'm getting clean.
Right.
And what it was I thought being away from that lifestyle out here and going to Arizona was going to be what did it. Then I went back home to Arizona where all my cousins and family that look exactly like me, they were super heavy into it.
Right.
And then I was like, I didn't come out here just to be around them to end up like that. Chris, what are you doing in Arizona anyways?
Right.
Your kids are back home in Utah and in Colorado. Dude, get your mind right and get the fuck back home.
Right.
And so that's what I did.
Right.
It was nice to hug my mother again. It was nice to see that who they thought I was going to be, or the ones that were exactly the same, that I had to see my first cousins and everything and realize that I wasn't that anymore.
Right.
So coming home and then even being around people again, I find myself now not around all those people.
Right.
Period. At all whatsoever. It's like, okay, do you even need to be circulating that much, being that you got to get yourself a vehicle, being that you finally are in a position to actually grow? Do you actually want to involve yourself around the negativity that's going to put you in turmoil positions? Because my step-grandfather said this: tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are.
Amen.
And I'll tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you eventually who you're going to become.
Indeed. Yeah. My very good friends that I got sober, his name's Danny, and when he first got out, right, he had bills upon bills upon bills that were, he owed for, right? And he went and got a job at the Sunglass Hut. Mm-hmm. And he was just working at the Sunglass Hut. He had a little room that he was renting, like one of those day rooms. You know, he would pay for it by the week, you know, just super humble, right? Super, super humble. He was like, yo, I'm just gonna take my medicine. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do because I know that I gotta just take one step at a time. I'm living one day at a time. Because a lot of times people sit there and say like, oh yeah, tomorrow's not promised, you know, let's live it up tonight. You know, it's like, no, motherfucker, no. Tomorrow's not promised, so you better be like good to all of those around you and enjoy the life that you have. Don't just go get banged up at the club. That's not what that means, you know? But nonetheless, you know, look, it's to each his own, right? But nonetheless, so from that little square, like I think it was like 9 years ago, right? 10 years ago. Now he owns the rehab, right? Dope. Now he owns the rehab. Now he's marrying a sensational woman, right? It's like because he was able to get out of his own way. Like myself, getting out of my own way, right? Dude, I tripped up. I was in jail I was 22 years old with 3 DWIs, right? Like, I couldn't get out of my own way. And for a while, I couldn't figure it out. Why can't I get out of my own way? And then it was like, a beacon of fucking light, like, Maryland State being like, bam, you're going to prison, bro. Like, whoa. So you're saying alcohol and me, we probably shouldn't coexist. Right? That's what you're telling me. You're giving me an offer I really can't refuse. You're going to lock me up. Fuck. So that was like that eye-opener. And I had to do kind of like you did. Like, you remove yourself from everybody, right? Like, I had a lot of really good friends. People that I still consider good friends, but they drank like I did. So I couldn't be around them, right? I couldn't be around them. Because what would happen? I'd end up doing the same shit. So I had to completely pull myself out. I had no driver's license. I took a room in a house, one room, living with 5 other dudes, right? 1 bedroom. I was paying like $600-700 a month. I had to walk to work, right? Didn't matter if it was raining. Didn't matter if it was snowing. I was walking. It was like 2.5 miles, right? I had to walk there, walk back. And I had to check in with parole. I had to check in with, not parole, but probation. I had to go to meetings. I had court mandated to hit X number of meetings. I had to get on my bike. I was riding around on a bike everywhere I could. And I was living in a small town, so it wasn't like in a city where I could hop on a, public transport and do the damn thing. I was riding a bike, sometimes 10 miles, right? I got in great shape. I felt really good about myself, right? That's 15 years ago, right? So I'm like, that was a long ass time ago. And I don't want to go back.
I put my knuckles to the pave, that's when I got paid. I don't lie in my music, that's where you got game. Whoa, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dealt with fallouts and heartbreaks, friends come and go. I made it out to you and I did it all alone. Well, actually, Lamb was there too, Padrino AI, my little sister Meg, my youngest son Devin, he saw me at my worst. I hit rock bottom, then I grew from the earth, and still I grow, my alma de la soul. Concrete roads brought me this kid with the quotes, I'm like, yo. I said, yo, we burning like the cannabis.